Hello, everyone, and welcome to Cathy Chat. I am thrilled to bring you friends that I meet in all of my networking activities. And today you get to meet the one and only Alison Hudspeth. I am super duper excited for you to get to know this amazing lady because she is young, but her array of knowledge at this age is phenomenal, and her talents continue to light up the world. Alison, how are you today, my friend?
I am so good. That was a very nice intro. So thank you for that.
It is a very true intro. The several years that we've known each other now, I've gotten to know so many cool things about you. And every time we chat, I get to learn a few more things. And today, if it's okay, I would love to talk about your music. OMG.
Of course, of course. Yeah. What do you want to know?
I want to know about your music ministry. I want to know about the favorite songs that you have. I want to know the instruments that you play. I want you to just pour it on out there.
That is such a loaded question. So, or I guess the question's not loaded. The answer is.
Okay,
So,
good.
yeah, but I actually play 10 instruments right now currently. Those 10 are guitar, ukulele, soprano, alto, tenor, and bass saxophone, flute, clarinet, guitarele, and then a little bit of piano. I can play enough to where I think I can count it. so, um, so I do play those 10. I also sing. So a lot of my uh, covers and things that I do, I post on Instagram in either like 1 minute to 3 minute clips depending on how much I like the song really.
Wow.
But yeah, no, I so a little bit of background on my music. I actually was in band like from 5th grade all the way through high school, and saxophone was my main instrument. So she is still the love of my life, but now I have kind of drifted more towards like guitar and ukulele simply because I can sing and play. So it's like the best of both worlds.
Wow. Now, how did this start? Like, yes, you were in band in school, but you had to have already had the love of music in you somehow. How did that happen?
Yeah. So my dad actually used to be a drummer in a heavy metal band. So I'm thinking I got my musical talent from him.
I
And
cannot picture the heavy metal band since I know your dad. I'm like, I don't know.
yeah, no, it's really funny. And for those of you who don't know my dad, he's actually deputy chief of police in Raytown. So he's a cop. So thinking of a cop being in a heavy metal band in his young age is like,
I can't wrap my head around that one, but that's good. Okay.
yeah, exactly. So, and he also played saxophone whenever he was, younger too. And so I wanted to be like him. And then whenever the band directors in 5th grade came and they were like, "Hey, who wants to join?" I was like, "I do, and I want to play saxophone." And they were like, "Well, you have to start on clarinet first." And I was like, "Okay, fine, I guess." And so I played clarinet for like 6 months, and then my dad bought me a saxophone before I had even been picked to play saxophone. I was just like, no, I'm going to learn it anyway. Um, so yeah, because I have taught myself how to play all my instruments.
Now, I suppose since you mentioned singing, that you've been
Uh-huh.
singing since you were teensy. So how did that piece start?
Yeah, no, I've been singing for like as long as I can remember. And my daughter, who's 4, she sings more than she talks too. So,
Wow.
I don't know exactly how that started. I just know that I've like literally been singing my entire life.
I see a duet with your precious daughter coming soon.
Fingers crossed. I mean, honestly, I just need to get her to not sing the same thing that I sing. Like if I could just sing like harmony or something, but she wants to sing whatever I sing. So I'm like, girl, like we need to work on this
Well,
before
and
we
think about this at age 4, okay, honestly, as cute as she is, as adorable as you are, I can seriously see this show on the road. And I've got your Instagram link on our banner scrolling across the screen right now so anyone can connect with you. And Instagram seems to be one of your major platforms. Is that how you're getting the word out about your lovely music?
Yes, just because it is so much easier to quickly post things on Instagram than it is to like, I mean, you know this, to completely edit a YouTube video. And also, as far as music, I've realized that a lot of people are just more like, let's just swipe through people saying and like actually typing in my name to find me. But I do have a YouTube channel, and it's just Alison Hudspeth, and you can find me that way too.
Well, the good news is just because I know enough to be dangerous with YouTube, I know that your Instagram videos will be able to be uploaded to your YouTube channel. And that way you will be a phenomenon in no time, even bigger than you are now. So I can see this honestly getting ginormous, especially with your daughter being in part of the videos with you. Because what a cool thing. I mean, who doesn't love a mother-daughter combo? And especially when there's musical talent, you play instruments, both of you sing. I think that is super fantastic. Now, where have you sung and played professionally? Like, do you do it at your church? You've done concerts. What does that look like?
Yeah. So every week, I'm actually the worship leader at my church. So
No surprise there.
yeah. So every week I sing and play either ukulele or guitar. I do all of the worship music there. But I'm not a solo artist at church. I do have she plays piano, and then Jeff Stockdale, he plays guitar with me as well, because he actually knows how to play guitar. I know enough to sing. So yeah.
That is so fantastic. And once again, honestly, for those of you watching with us today on Cathy Chat, I love being able to share when I meet someone multifaceted and fascinating and talented all in one piece. And that's the part, as soon as I heard about some of your gifts, I thought it had to be shared with the world. And especially since you already have a lot of your recordings on Instagram, I think that makes it even more special so other people can experience what you have accomplished already. And again, in such a short time. Now, with 10 instruments, you've said before that the saxophone is your baby, but with the guitar and ukulele, you can actually sing also. Is there a special song that you have or a special genre of music? What is your DNA when it comes to the music piece?
Yeah. So typically I think that my voice just sounds better with like folk music. And I think folk music gets a really bad rap, but personally, I love it. And so that, and then also I do have a song that I'm kind of like a one-hit wonder. I wrote it back in high school. Um, so I have had more than one boyfriend turn out to be gay. And so I wrote a song about it back whenever I was in high school. And now, like, this always comes up in conversation, I feel like. And whenever it does come up, the response is like, oh, well, let me hear it. Actually, one thing that happened not this weekend, but last weekend, was the Kansas City Tattoo Convention happened. And, for those of you who have seen Ink Master, season 3 and 4, you know who Kyle Dunbar is. And, I know, right? And Kyle, so I saw that he was coming like back in January of this year. And I was like, I have to get tattooed by him. I don't even know what I want. I just know it has to be him. And so I went on his website, and whenever he came into town, I was the first person that he tattooed that day. Also, excuse me waving my arms. I'm trying to get the motion sensors to kick on.
Office life is always fun, isn't it?
Yeah, well, especially when you work for an energy company. So everything is like, if no one's in the room, the lights are off.
That's right.
Yes. But yeah, so he was tattooing me, and whenever he asked me what I wanted, I was like, I know this isn't the right answer, but I don't know what I want. I just know that I want you to do it. If you could come up with like a music tattoo, that would be great, because like music is my life. And he was like, well, yeah, sure. Like, what do you mean by that? And I told him all the instruments I play. And I was like, but honestly, like saxophone is my baby. And he was like, oh yeah, I've got this. And I was like, perfect. And so, I don't have a way to show it to you because I'm not going to pull my pants down because it's on my leg.
Hang on a second. I've got a way to have everyone see it. This
Ooh.
is going to be on Facebook, on my personal page, and you can certainly share it on yours.
Mhm.
But in the comment section of this very post on Facebook Live, you can actually post that picture because you shared it with me and it is
Yeah.
breathtaking. It really is seriously breathtaking. He did an amazing job.
Well, in that case, I will put it in the comments of this video then.
Perfect.
And yeah, and it's like everything that I wanted and more. It was awesome. And after he tattooed me, he was tattooing my sisters because we made this like a little sister event. Because we watched Ink Master like it was happening in real time, and we were rooting for Kyle. And we told Kyle all of this. Yeah, we were like, come on, buddy, you got it. Like, there's some type of competition that our input actually mattered. It didn't, but yeah. And
It
so
sounds like he's actually, as big as he is in the world, it sounds like he is actually very gracious and kind.
oh, he's hilarious. Yeah, like I did not think that we would have as much fun as we had with him. By the end of the night, my sisters and I were like, "Hey, can like you and your wife just adopt us? Like this has been awesome." Um, but yeah, so while he was doing my sister's tattoo, um, within the hours and hours of conversations we had, the fact that I dated like 3 gay guys had come up, and he goes, "I'm sorry, there's more than one." And I was like, "Yeah, I actually wrote a song about it." And then my sister butts in and she's like, "It's actually really good though." And he was like, "Okay, so sing it." I was like, "Well, my ukulele is in my car and I would need that in order to sing it for you and do it justice." And he goes, "Okay, so go get it." I was like, "Are you sure?" Because I don't want to be like that guy at the party with a guitar that's like, "And this is Wonderwall." And so
Oh my gosh.
yeah, and so he was like, "No, seriously, go get it." And I was like, "Okay, cool." So I ran out to my car, got my ukulele, brought it back up, and I sang the song for him. Him and his wife both loved it, and they actually Instagram lived it to all of their followers on Instagram, and they made a post about me too. So if you follow Kyle Dunbar, you have probably seen my face on their profile.
Do you seriously, honestly, amazingly know how cool that is? And for everyone watching now with us live or certainly on the replay, it doesn't matter if you're a tattoo fan or not. It matters that this happened to one of our amazing local, incredible professionals in the Kansas City market. And I just think this is awesome. And not only did you have your sister event, the tattoo sister bonding thing, but Kyle Dunbar, are you kidding me? And then to have the music piece come up, and then he wants to hear your song. This just doesn't happen to the average one of us out at little craft fairs and things like that, my friend.
Yeah, no, I know. I've been like on cloud nine, ever since. And this is my flex. He also followed me on Instagram, so just saying.
Wow. And double wow and double wow. This is seriously so fun. So now when we go to Kyle's Instagram page, we can actually see Allie singing her song that she wrote herself and play the ukulele.
Yeah, and Kyle and Candy, if you guys are watching this, you're welcome for the free publicity. So,
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. And
yeah.
then we get to see the work of art in the comment section of this video. So this is going to be extra fun for everyone because I got to see it and I really mean it. You gave him zero direction other than you play the saxophone and he did the rest of that, right?
Yeah. Well, and the really cool part is like he used a stencil for the saxophone, but everything else he literally just took a Sharpie and drew it directly on my leg and then, started going. And stupidly, I didn't even think to ask, "Hey, can I look at it before you start and put it on my body forever?" I was just like, "Go for it." So I had no idea what it looked like until it was completely done. And
Look how big the trust is. You've got a superstar celebrity working on you with the tattoo, designing it himself. Look at the trust factor. I think that is fascinating.
I'm just really trusting, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, work of art times a million. And that's why I say to be able to have a celebrity do it on top of that and the publicity, not only, of course, for him, but how cool is this for you to be able to say, I played my song for Kyle Dunbar and his wife. They did an Instagram live of me. Like I say, this just doesn't happen to our typical everyday Kansas City professional. I'm so thrilled for you.
Yeah, it was honestly like top 5 best experiences. Just super cool. And this is one of those things, like, I will bring it up in literally every conversation I have for the rest of my life, probably.
Of course, you'd have to.
Yeah.
And this is another excuse to wear shorts and skirts so that tattoo shows, so it starts the conversation. And that's why I say I think it's awesome. Now I'm thinking ahead because marketing is my thing. What would happen if you literally took a picture of that and had it screenshotted or somehow stenciled on a t-shirt and you wore that because music is your life, and that would once again cause the conversation, what is that? And you'd be able to say, my tattoo that's on my leg. Hello. And I really mean that. Plus, again, Kyle Dunbar, and to be able to have that whole experience basically locked forever. I think this is cool. Now, did your sisters get music tattoos also? I have to ask that before we go.
No, so it's actually really funny. They're like pretty much tone deaf. And this is the joke, is that I got all the musical talent and they got all of like the smarts. Like, they're both really smart, and I just got the musical stuff.
Oh, no, sweet girl. I know you well enough to know there's plenty of smarts going on in that pretty head of yours. I know better than that. With the conversations that we've had and the marketing and influence that you do. And speaking of influence, is there anything you'd like to share about Influence KC?
Oh, yeah. So Influence KC is actually an interview project that I'm doing, kind of like Cathy Chat. And actually, Cathy, your episode's going to be up in a couple weeks, so that's going to be fun.
That was very fun to be interviewed by you, which is how the Cathy Chat segment here was born. And that's when I said, wait a second, we talked about me on Influence KC. We're going to talk about you on Cathy Chat. So this has been a wonderful opportunity for me too.
Yeah. And I mean, really, like, the reason that I do my thing is, I'm 23 in an industry of people, and in an industry that there are not a lot of young people. And so my thought was, okay, like, how do people like me get started, like get their careers like going from like the very beginning? So I am interviewing the most like well-connected people within Kansas City, so that way other young professionals can see how other people got their start, what's been working for them, and how to really catapult their career.
And see, you're always thinking of other people, which I think is so cool, because instead of just meeting all the people that you do with all your networking experiences that you've accomplished now and just keeping all that information to yourself, you decide to go Influence KC with interviews of the other professionals that you've met so other people can benefit. Think about the genius piece of that from a standpoint of sharing, exposure, marketing, every single thing that we talk about when you and I get to meet together. And you're doing that. And a lot of people think about it and I'll do it someday. And you just said, nope, I'm doing it now. Influence KC was born, and look at you. I'm thrilled for your success.
Thank you so much.
I really mean it.
I learned from the best, Cathy. Honestly, like, networking on steroids was like the first like actual like workbook I had ever read, and here we are now. Networking is my career. So
yes, and you're very, very good at it. And think about that also, and just the people that you have come in contact with, the different teachings that are out there, how many people absorb those teachings? And you have taken what you've learned and run with it. And once again, the catapult piece has been huge. And it's been very fun actually for me to watch you, because I remember our first meeting and look at you now. And it's seriously very, very awesome to see your success journey. I mean that with all my heart.
Thank you. Yeah. No, our first meeting was so much fun. Honestly, I feel like every time we meet, I'm like, I have the most fun that I've ever had.
Yeah. I love that so much. Well, in essence of time, there is one more thing I want to ask you before we leave Cathy Chat today. Is there anything that you haven't shared yet with our listeners and our viewers that you would like the world to know about Alison Hudspeth?
Well, whatever. I guess we'll deal with the sliding situation. I mean, honestly, like, I'm always open to meeting new people. I actually work for managed energy systems in Kansas City area. So if you know any commercial businesses that, need their utility bills looked at, then let me know. Or, if you need somebody to play or sing at your wedding. I do that too. So everything from utility bills to music. You just let me know.
Utility bills to music. I see a book in your future, my friend.
Yeah. Hint,
Utility bills, yeah. Utility bills to music and everything in between. I love that so much. Well, thank you again for everyone watching live or certainly on the replay and on the videos. And this will also be on Anchor and Spotify as a podcast. I'm thrilled that everyone got to meet the one and only Alison Hudspeth. And whether or not you do need someone to play at your wedding or to take a look at your energy bills, it really is an honor and a pleasure to have you on Cathy Chat today, my friend.
It's always a pleasure to chat with you. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. And I really would like to thank everyone again for watching, and we will see you soon on the next Cathy Chat. Bye for now.